To Ron Paul right now, it says this is all the more reason just to stay out. We can't pick who's going to be in charge or dictate whether someone should stay in charge. So, Ron Paul, you heard Donald Rumsfeld. Did anything dissuade you of that view?
Hardly should he be considered an expert on the region. He gave us Iraq and Afghanistan, and he was buddies with Saddam Hussein. You know, he worked with him when Saddam Hussein was actually using poison gases. And look at where Iraq is today. It's a disaster. It's more allied with Iran right now. The Al-Qaeda's in Iraq, and there's death totals coming up every single day. We hear about the death. So hardly would he be able to give us advice on what to do in Afghanistan.
Now, having said that, I will say this, that there is some debate as to whether he individually encouraged Saddam Hussein to use gases on his people. But leaving that aside, I do want to stress this, sir, if I can. Is it your sense, then, that his other argument, that Russia or China could take advantage of this and seize on this vacuum if we do not?
I didn't make that accusation, just to clarify, but we as a country, and he part of it, actually we were allies with Saddam Hussein, but that's a different subject. You're asking about the danger of escalation, really, with Russia and China. I think it's very, very serious, and I think the markets are telling us that. I think the price of oil is telling us that, because it's really a big thing. So yes, you know, it's supposed to be a token. I think one of the reasons why they say, well, this isn't regime change, because we're not really positive who set off the gas. I mean, the group that's most likely to benefit from that is Al-Qaeda. They you know, ignite some gas, some people die, and blame it on Assad. Assad, I don't think, is an idiot. I don't think he would do this on purpose in order for the whole world to come down on him.
So you question, so you question whether Assad even used the gas, and that he's just being set up.
I mean, look how many lies were told to us about Saddam Hussein prior to that build-up. War propaganda. It's endless. It happens all the time.
Well, we do, certainly, but to be fair, Congress, we knew it, certainly in the past Saddam Hussein had used weapons against his own people. But your argument is a good one. So I guess what I want to advance here is this, that if a dictator using chemical weapons on his own people isn't a litmus test for us to help those people, for Ron Paul, what is?
Well, I think getting to the truth of it, and that's what we're not getting to, because when Saddam Hussein used the gases, some of the products were bought from us, and he was still our ally. So you can't ignore that. No, I don't. I think it's a false flag. I think really, indeed. And nobody knows if indeed he was slaughtering people by the thousands, you know, with poison gas. You know, that's a different story, but that isn't the case. Matter of fact, 100,000 deaths are the case. And it's not, you know, the implication is that Assad committed 100,000 killings. There are a lot of factions out there. Why don't we ask, you know, about the Al-Qaeda? Why are we on the side of the Al-Qaeda right now? So I think they want the weapons. The rebels want the weapons. There's a bunch of people in there. Al-Qaeda is part of it. And this is the test for us to drop a couple bombs and then send in weapons.
So we're being sucked in. You argue we're being sucked in. It's dangerous.
Big time, and it's big risk. This can escalate, and Russia could get involved. What if there's an accident and 100 Russians get killed by our bombs? Who knows? Some type of unintended consequences. Wars always expand because of unintended consequences. They always provide short-term war. Just think of all the promises on Iraq. Short-term, not much money.
In and
over.
Out,
we'll get their oil.
No,
and don't believe it. We should look at what's best for America, and not trying to pick sides in an impossible war like this won't be on the side of the American people. And the American people right now, by a very large majority, are opposed to this war. The Constitution can't support this war, and morally we can't support this war, getting involved in a civil war and a strife that's been going on in that region for thousands of years.
Well, you're right about this, Congressman. We have very unclear rationale for doing what we're doing. We shall see. Ron Paul